Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Ella. Today we're going to be discussing one of my favorite topics, which is home fragrance and everything related to making your home smell delicious and fresh and beautiful. And I'm going to be talking you through some of my favorite candles and some of my favorite home sprays, room sprays, pillow sprays. And I went through options that are a little bit more affordable because I feel like candles are something that we burn and they finish. So I definitely don't spend hundreds of dollars on a single candle, though you are more than welcome to do that if that's what you like. But I have some candles here from Bath and Body Works. I have some candles from HomeSense, which is like the Target in the States, and I have a few new Zara Home fragrances, which I absolutely love. So I'm really excited to take you through all of this. I have always been into home fragrances. I'm a Virgo, so by nature I absolutely love for the space around me to be spotless and clean, and I like it to smell that way as well. I'm also not a fan of candles that are very overpowering because I feel like once you're burning them for over half an hour or an hour, it can really start to nauseate a person. So I like candles that do have some fragrance, but I keep it very classy, very simple, and something in here that I think everybody would enjoy. So let's go ahead and get started. So some of my new favorite candles are the Zara Home candles, and I ended up getting a few while we were away on our vacation in Istanbul. I decided to go into the Zara Home store, and I actually ended up getting a bunch of things, but their candles and diffusers I absolutely fell in love with. But as you guys know, to pack a candle in your luggage, and especially like several of these big heavy candles, it takes up a lot of space and a lot of weight. So I really narrowed it down to those that I absolutely love, and I think I ended up with 3. So let's start with the first one, which is the one I'm holding up. It's the Basilism. Definitely butchering that, but I'm gonna show you the name here. And this smells like basil. It smells like a fresh Italian home. That's what it reminds me of. It says basil, eucalyptus, and mint, and this is so beautiful that I actually went ahead and picked up the room spray. I guess that's what you would call it. Some of these are called like pillow mists, but this was the room spray, and this smells so good, especially if you spritz some on your couch or a little bit on your curtains. That's like one of my favorite things to do. The smell just kind of gets everywhere, and yes, it does fade away quite quickly, but it for the moment that it lasts, like the half hour or the hour, I would say, it smells so beautiful. So from the basil, I got the room spray and the candle. Love both. My mom actually already started to burn her candle, and she lives in a much larger home than from where I live, and she's like, it completely took over, the scent completely took over her living room and her dining room area. So very excited about that. And that's the nice thing also, when candles have really nice fragrance that just takes over the room so beautifully, you don't have to burn them for so long unless you enjoy that. I definitely enjoy to burn my candle for more than an hour, but I believe the recommended time on candles is still anywhere, like the max is 4 hours, so be mindful of that. That's why it's important to have nice candles. And I love these scents. I have tried this out already. I've used it actually several times, so definitely love that. And then another Zara candle that I ended up picking up was this tobacco and meal. How beautiful. First of all, I love the packaging. It's very cute, and it smells so good. This has rum, tobacco, velveteer, saffron, which is one of my favorites, floral, and patchouli. And this is definitely like not as potent as that one, but I don't mind it at all. And this comes in like this tin packaging. It's not glass, so it was very easy to pack, and I can't wait to light this one. They also had like the diffuser sticks, but I was just running out of space, so I didn't end up picking them, and I ended up getting the candle instead because I absolutely love to burn candles. It's something that I do literally every single day. So definitely the candle for me. And then another thing that I got at a home spray is their black vanilla home spray. This smells so, like, this could easily be a fragrance for yourself instead of the home. I like to use this in the bedroom. I actually have it sitting out on a tray in my bedroom, and I use it to spritz like the headboard of my bed, which is in a like this velvet material, and I do my throw pillows, so not the pillow that I actually sleep on. The pillow that I actually sleep on, if I'm in the mood, sometimes I spritz it with something else, which I'll show you in a moment. And I also like to put this on my curtains again because it just kind of takes over the whole space and it smells so good. Also, the packaging of this is very chic and nice, and that's why I leave it out on the tray, because this kind of has like that spray plastic thing, and this looks like a very large perfume bottle, and these are quite affordable. I think they were around like $30 each, and this is 200 ml, so just a few spritz around the room. I think this should last you a fairly long time. Now, another thing I picked up from Zara Home is the salted caramel home fragrance. And these are those diffuser sticks, and I have the smaller size here, which is 120 ml, and then I have the 230 ml. Because I love salted caramel, and this smelled like such a beautiful, delicious, luxurious salted caramel, that I said I have to have this. I actually thought one of these was a candle because they were all pretty much packaged the same. So I'm actually gonna put this out after I go through what I have right now, which is a different like these stick diffuser things, and then I will go ahead and use these. Now, I have other versions of this, like not the ones from Zara Home, which I'll show you in a second, that are so beautiful, and they're a little bit smaller in size, but I keep them out in my washroom. So I have two washrooms. One is a little bit bigger than the other, and they fill up both of the bathrooms with such an amazing fragrance. And I feel like your bathroom, especially if you have one that guests are walking into, it's so important for me for that one to always smell really nice and have out a fresh towel and all those things. That's just in my nature. But the ones that I use for those is this one. And the name is right here. It's called Spirit Province. I believe these are made in France. And I have other scents of this. So I have the lavender, and I have two of these jasmines. They smell so good. The jasmine is definitely my favorite. And then they have a citrus one, which if you're into fresh scents, you will absolutely love. And I like the way that these smell. Like, they actually give off a really good fragrance. And these are not that expensive. I believe these were about $20. And you guys, they actually give out a really nice scent, like nicer than some of the higher end diffuser sticks out there. And it's beautiful. I highly recommend, if you can get your hands on this one. Again, I'll write the name down below, but that's it right here. I tried to check if they have them on Amazon, and I believe they didn't, or they only had a couple, but you can get this off their website online, and they are beautiful. You will love them. Again, the jasmine is my favorite. They have the mimosa, they have lavender, and they have that citrus one, and this one. I've tried all four. By far, hands down, the jasmine is great. And then I picked out a couple of candles from Bath and Body Works, and I have already started to burn one. And with candles that are so potent, like as this one, for example, this is the salted butterscotch, which has brown sugar, sweet cream, and sea salt. This is so good. And they're the 3 wicks. Those are the ones that I got. And as soon as you light this one, within like 10-15 minutes, that whole area smells like salted butterscotch, and it is so delicious. So my advice with candles that are so heavily fragranced like this, I usually don't burn them all the time. especially for several hours, because they're very heavily fragranced, and I feel like it can just get a little too much and start to give you a headache. So for these, I like to put them out in my hallway, so the entrance of my apartment. And then I always like to burn one if I'm cooking something. After I'm finished cooking, I like to burn one of these because it gets rid of the cooking smell like in a flash, and all you're left with is this delicious scent. And the second one that I got is the Palo Santo, and this one is so gorgeous too. This is a lot lighter in fragrance, and it just smells so good. I love these candles, and I would have packed more. These do come in a thick glass packaging, so again, it was a little too heavy to carry. I ended up getting my ultimate favorite too, which I smelled there, and I don't regret it for a second. These smell really, really good. I believe the Palo Santo is a new scent, so if you are in their store, make sure to check it out. I think you will really enjoy this one as well. Now, from time to time, especially around Christmas or sometimes for fall, I kind of like to burn a candle that goes with the theme of the holiday or the theme of the season. So one that I'm going to talk about is one candle that I actually burnt last year on Christmas, and it is so gigantic that I still have it left, and I'm going through it this year. And I got this one at HomeSense, but this brand, which is called Makers of Wax Goods, this is such a delicious candle. And first of all, the packaging of this is so beautiful. This is very large, it's super heavy. This is 740 grams. It's gigantic. And that's what it looks like. I am like almost halfway through this. It lasts really long. And one thing I look for when candles burn, you can see that it burns really evenly. And this evergreen pine is not too sweet, it's not too overpowering, and it's so beautiful. I have this out on my tray like for Christmas and for New Year on the holidays, and I just think that it looks so pretty. And these come in a smaller version too. I just ended up getting this big one because I love the print on it and the black and white kind of theme that is happening here, and as well as this lid to cover up the top. I just think that it is so beautifully made and very nicely put together. So I highly recommend this one for the holidays. Next, a couple of more candles that I picked up from HomeSense. Like I was telling you guys, that is kind of like the Target for the States, is this tuber rose candle. And I believe this is from, it's from DW Home. And I've gone through about 4 or 5 of these. Look how pretty they are. They're very clean chic. I actually like to light these in my bathroom because if you're taking a bath or a nice shower, or if you just would wish to have a candle going in your washroom, I think you would really enjoy this. First of all, I think it's the perfect size, especially for my washroom. Like, it's not like a gigantic room. So this is perfect to have the fragrance everywhere, and it's not too big. It's very cute to have up on your sink, and I love it. Again, I appreciate when the lids are pretty too, because usually after I'm finished burning the candle, I like to cover it with the lid and leave it closed. And then last but not least from HomeSense is this candle from Lab, and I think it is so cute. I actually got this last year, and I got one for my mom as a gift, so I got her the bigger size, and for me the smaller one. And it says, "Always my mother, forever my friend." And this is the white magnolia smell, and it's very subtle. It's actually really, really nice. It reminds me of like fresh laundry cleaning day kind of scent, and I just thought that this was so pretty. And I have a baby girl now too, so this was a really cute candle. I posted a picture of it on my Instagram, and it is very, very nice if you can get your hands on one of these. It's very lightly fragranced, but enough that you can feel it and smell it in the room, just ever so slightly. So very nice. Love this one. And then moving on, talking about some tea light candles. These are my favorite, and I pick up a bunch. These are from IKEA, and I have a whole stack of them in my candle drawer. They are fragrance, so this one is like berries and this one is peach, but they're so small that you don't smell the fragrance, which is nice if you want to have them burning while you're having dinner, for example, or if you are very sensitive to having fragrance burning in your house. I think these are so cute. And I have a bunch of tea light candle holders, so you can see this one behind me. And then I have this one that I picked up from Zara Home, which I think is so beautiful. And this side is for the tea light candle. And then this one, you can flip it over and you can stick those longer candles in there. So it's like multi-use, very pretty. I also got the matching tray, which I can show you guys in a second. And I like to leave my tea light candles burning in those. They can also look so pretty if you just want to have like one on in the bedroom as you're watching TV, or anywhere where it makes your heart happy, really. And then I am really obsessed with crystals, and I definitely have a few in my collection which are my favorites, and this is one of them. You actually put a tea light candle inside, and when you light it on fire and it's dark and the candle is burning inside, this looks like you can see through one side to the other, and it looks so beautiful. It just sets such a great ambiance and atmosphere in your home that I love these. I ended up picking up one more, which is in a shape of a heart. And these also look very luxurious when they're out on your coffee table, etc. And you can see I have the tea light candle in here. So I have the tea light candle in here, and once they're finished burning, you just pop them out and you stick a new one in, and these are so pretty. Highly recommend. They do come from time to time. I pick these up at HomeSense. You can also order things like this online, but like I mentioned, from time to time, I do see them again at HomeSense. So if you were thinking about getting one, this is your sign to get one, because I think you will really love and enjoy them. Now, another very affordable candle option are these from IKEA. I have the vanilla one here, and the reason why I love them is, first of all, they're very affordable. Second of all, a smaller candle like this can burn up to 40 hours. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean that you should leave it burning for 40 hours straight. That is not safe at all. I talked about that earlier in this video, but what I'm saying is they have such a long burning time, and this is a fairly small candle, and they do give off a really nice fragrance. I actually ended up getting a bunch of these. Like the berry one is also my favorite, and I love the peach as well. And one of my favorite things about candles, and you can see that almost all of them, I look for that, is for the glass to be at least a little bit clear, because I like to see how the candle is burning, and I feel like once it's lit, it just looks very presentable and nice if you can see it burning. And my recommendation with the IKEA candles, and all candles in general, for them to burn really smoothly and straight all the way down to the bottom, I recommend when you turn one on not to blow it out until like the entire rim, the wax around, has melted. And this just ensures that they burn properly, and you don't have like the wax melting a lot off one side and then have a lot of it left on the other. So next, I'm going to be talking about essential oils. If you like to add some of those instead of having a candle, or if you want a candle, for example, that's fragrance-free and you just like to do the essential oils, I have two favorites that I use all the time. One is this one. It's called Now Essential Oils, and it's called Power to Flowers. And this is the balancing blend. Once you see these at the store or online, they each like have its own purpose. And this has ylang ylang orange oil and patchouli oil, and it's calming, soothing, and uplifting. This one for me is definitely uplifting, and I love to put this into my diffuser, particularly after I just clean, because I feel like this one doesn't smell so floral as it's described. It just smells very clean and fresh, so I love to use that one. And then sometimes I use this Woolsey's. This is the lavender one, and there's nothing in here. It's just 100% pure lavender oil, and this comes in 118 ml, and it's got this dropper, which it's actually nice for putting into your diffuser because, well, you just do this and you see exactly how many drops you want out of the dropper, and it's a little bit faster than waiting for something like this to pour out the other side. Nonetheless, both of them are very nice. And actually my third one, which I got rid of because I finished it, but I would still really like to mention it, and I'll try to flash a picture here or here on the screen, is the sage one, and it's called Goddess. You guys, that smells so good. As soon as I see a sage store, I'm definitely buying another one of those. Like, that is by far my all-time favorite diffuser. It smells lovely, and what the name speaks perfectly for itself. I feel like as soon as you put that one into your water diffuser, you will definitely feel like a goddess. And last but not least, for scents, I picked up these 3 wardrobe scent bars from Zara as well, and I have the white jasmine, which is amazing, and then I got the dark amber, which is like that room spray that I was showing you, and I have this one called Poetic Mind. So they each have their own notes. They just don't say what it is. Sorry, I'm trying to read for you guys here, but they don't say. But the Poetic Mind is very like fresh and warm at the same time, and that's why I ended up getting this one. I believe this has to be my favorite so far. And then the white jasmine speaks for itself. So there are 3 scented bars, and they look like bars of soap. And I love that they have, if you wish to use, like this hanger on them. So if you want them hanging off, like a hanger where you hang your coats, or you can completely remove this and you can put it with your bed linens, for example. That's where I love to put a scented bar, because I feel like it makes your bed linens smell very good, but in a very subtle way. Like if you were to use one bar and just have it where you have all your bed linens, they wouldn't soak up so much of that fragrance, but just the tiniest amount. So when you do lay down to go to sleep, you do smell a little something. And I also like to keep this where my coats are, where the shoes are, in all the closets. And actually a really cool trick for you guys, I've talked about this like a very long time ago on my Instagram page, and I'm gonna share it with you here. These were about 20 Canadian dollars. I purchased these in Zara Home in Istanbul as well. But if you want a very affordable trick, I recommend that you just get a soap bar. Obviously, it's not going to smell as potent, but for like a pajama drawer or a drawer perhaps where you have your socks and undergarments, it will do the job beautifully. You get a soap bar of your choice. So I used to prefer getting like one of those Dove soap bars because their scents are really nice. And you open it up and you just throw it with your pajamas, like I mentioned, or any other things that you want to catch some of that fragrance. And it will definitely not soak so much into your clothing, but it is an experience when you open that drawer and you just have any beautiful fragrance of your choice kind of, you know, go up into the air, and it's a lovely experience, which is why I bought these. So I am going to be trying them out. I will probably try out the Poetic Mind first because it just spoke to me and I liked that one the most. And I'll let you know what the longevity of this is, because usually they don't last that long. Like usually they'll last about, sorry, I'm just trying to open this one up. It's got the sticker on it. Usually they'll last like a month. And that's why I prefer doing the soap, because you actually get to use the soap after and it's a little bit more affordable. Another essential oil diffuser that I wanted to mention is these by Wick. And I have the fig scent, which is my absolute favorite. I've tried the jasmine and the lavender. Those are nice as well, but the fig is definitely my favorite. And you just plug these in the wall, and I have mine in the hall when you come in. And everybody that comes in always tells me, wow, what is that smell, Ella? It smells so good in your home. And it is always this. I have repurchased this. I love them. They come with like the little refills, so you only have to buy the thing that sticks in the wall once, and then you refill them. And again, I've tried several of them. The fig is definitely my favorite. So if you guys like to have these plugged into the wall, then try this one out. I think you will really enjoy it. And then I have these marble trays. I got this one in Baku at a home store here, but you can get things that are similar to this like pretty much anywhere. And I usually have a candle here, or sometimes I switch it around and I'll put something else and then go back and put a candle on it. So those are my recommendations, is to pick up a really cute tray that speaks to you and have your candle burning on those. Especially marble trays are good for this if you have those longer candles and you want to be careful with the wax. So that is it, you guys. That is my at-home fragrance collection. A lot of these are repurchases, and a lot of them are also new favorites of mine, and I was so excited to share them all with you. If you have any candle or home fragrance recommendations, please let me know down in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.